we've talked about different kinds of polynomials. We talked about adding polynomials, subtracting, multiplying, and factoring polynomials. And we're going to now begin a section on dividing polynomials, or polynomials that are being divided. But when we have division with polynomials, so one polynomial divided by another polynomial, we don't always work it out like long division or the traditional way of thinking about division. A lot of times we just write it as a fraction, okay, one polynomial on top of another polynomial, and then we work with it that way. So in this format where we have a polynomial in the numerator and in the denominator, we think of that as its own thing, and we call it a rational expression. So remember, an expression is just an algebraic phrase that does not have an equal sign in it. And when we have an expression that is in the format of a fraction with one polynomial on top of another, we call it a rational expression. And today we're going to be working with rational expressions, and in this first part we'll be doing some reducing. So how do we reduce this? We can't just divide, 18 and 36. 36 divided by 18 is 2. We can't just cancel this out because we have this addition right here. So before we can reduce any kind of rational expression, we need to factor. Okay, so we try to factor. Factoring is going to be a huge part of what we're doing here. Factor out what we can. Factor out greatest common factor. So that will leave us with 2k plus 6 in the numerator. In the denominator, can we factor out a 6? We sure can. It's 6 times 3. Okay, so once we get it factored, if we can factor out something similar in the numerator and denominator, then we can cancel. And that will leave us with 2k plus 6 over 3. And then the question is, can we reduce it? But no, after you factor, if you have anything left, like again, the 6 and the 3, cannot be reduced. So this is it for reducing this first one. Let's look at another one. Okay, this one a little bit more complicated, same process. To reduce it, we want to try to factor. Okay, so this is why learning your reverse FOIL factoring early on is going to be super helpful. So this is going to be 2p and p. And then we want to know what goes here and here. It has to be 1 and 1 or -1 and -1 because we have a positive one right here. So factor the numerator and get this, and then factor the denominator, and we'll have 2 and 1. Okay, good. Check to make sure it's right. And then if you have something similar in the numerator and in the denominator, then you can cancel it once you factor. So we have a p plus 1 in both places. We can cancel that out, and we are left with 2p plus 1 over p plus 2.